Grodd.
I don't think it's a coincidence that this gorilla shows up at the very same time we're looking for Wells.
Joe! Wells ordered Grodd to come after us, to distract us.
If I hadn't seen Jurassic Park, I wouldn't be nearly as frightened right now.
Flash, all new this Tuesday at 8/7 Central on the CW.
What's going on, guys? Thanks here, Day, and I have a recap for you guys after the episode of The Flash called The Trap. So right off the bat, Cisco, Caitlin, and Barry are in Wells' secret lair, pretty much, and they find a newspaper that is from the future, and it's pretty cool how Caitlin figures out that the byline says Iris West / dash Allen, which means that she is going to marry Barry Allen. And then after, Cisco's like, Mazel tov. And then Barry has a couple of questions for Gideon. She then answers and says, like, Dr. Wells, he came back to kill you, and the only reason why he really came back was to help you become the Flash. Pretty much Wells wanted to destroy Barry, and now he had to create Barry to go back to where he came from. Then Barry finally decides to leave the lair with Cisco and Caitlin after they've been in there for like 10 minutes, and Wells is just coming down the hallway just casually. They leave and nothing looks like it ever happened. Also, forgot to mention, Barry created Gideon as she said, and it's pretty much the Speed Force like talking to him, or that's what I've got from the comics anyways. Then Eddie wants to propose to Iris. He asks Joe for his blessing, but Joe says no because Joe knows that Barry and Iris should marry. Another Flash group meeting. I really like these Flash meetings between Caitlin, Cisco, Barry, Joe, and Eddie because it's really just cool what they do and how they get things accomplished. Next, flashback to Dr. Wells and Joe in the hospital. Joe's like, I really shouldn't trust him with giving up Barry to him in Star Labs, but that's the only way that he's really gonna live. Cisco makes a pair of glasses that allows him to access his memories, or his dreams pretty much. And they go back to the night where Dr. Wells kills him, and he pretty much tells them that his name's Eobard Thawne, and the only reason he came back was to kill Barry, but instead he had to kill Nora. Then Wells calls Barry and asks him where he is, and then after, she's like, why do you want to know where I am? Because there's a fire, and coincidentally, Captain Singh, his boyfriend, is in that fire. Coolest thing happens, Barry uses his arms like a wind vacuum, and it's pretty much like a gigantic 2 tornadoes coming out of his arms whenever he's wailing them around, and it stops the fire. Then after, Captain Singh's boyfriend gets out fine. Then, awkward conversation between Wells and Barry because there's so much tension between them, but Wells doesn't really suspect something, but he really does. Like, he doesn't, like, physically speak like there's something wrong, but he knows that what's happening. Cisco then creates a force field to not allow any speedster in, so then after, Flash tries, can't make it, and then Iris talks to Barry about the particle accelerator, but he really doesn't care. He's like, yada yada yada, just get it over with. Wells wheels down to the bunker to find out what Cisco just figured out, and coincidentally, it's not the real Wells either. It's every man who's posing as him. Joe shoots him 3 times because he stepped in the force field to almost kill Cisco. Barry only gets to deflect 2 of those shots, and then after the last one, goes right through every man's heart, but they still think Wells is the one who was there until Wells calls them and says, I'm always one step ahead. And then after, Barry just goes right to his lair, sees every single camera of everything that's happened in the last few years, and this is when shit just goes down. Reverse Flash then attacks Eddie while he's proposing to Iris, and then after, Reverse Flash just about kills Iris, but he sees the Flash coming, and then takes Eddie and his ring to the real Wells' lair, which is awesome. Eobard Thawne meets Eddie Thawne, and they pretty much talk about stuff, and Eddie's like, wait, is the reason why you've been doing this because of me? Like, am I the one that you care about? And he's like, no, I care about Barry. Then it's pretty much, he has a boss-ass lair. like he has like steam coming off and everything. And he's probably just watching him from there using future technology. Then a flashback to when Wells wants to kill Barry whenever he's unconscious after the particle accelerator. And Wells is like, I could kill you right now, but if I do, then after you, I will never get back to my home planet. Then, what I didn't mention was that whenever the Flash came to save Iris, he let off a shock, just like the shock in the flashback that happened earlier. And Iris is like, wait, Barry? While he's running away. So, I'm guessing Iris now knows. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed my recap. I will see you guys tomorrow for the Arrow episode and next week for the new Flash episode. And like, comment, subscribe, and see you guys later.